Hi guys, it's Maria. I hope you're all having a great week 3. The lesson plan provided under Clinical Practice 1 is different from other lesson plans that I have seen and helped to make in some ways. This lesson plan has everything that is needed to have a successful lesson for students. It not only includes the main aspects of lesson plan, such as the standards of the material that is being taught, the objective, and how students will reach it, assessments, the opening, introduction to new material, guided practice, and independent practice as well. But it also includes support for diverse learners in the classroom, which is something that is very important. Since I became a teacher last January, I understand the importance of being able to help students with disabilities, English learners, and students who are also advanced learners. The lesson plan that is being taught as a classroom might not benefit their way of learning, and it is important to be able to use manipulatives, extensive vocabulary, or anything else that they might benefit from. I currently have 3 English learners in my first grade class, and during my small groups with them, I go over vocabulary using flashcards in both the languages of Spanish and English. This has been helping them improving recognition of words, but also with their pronunciation. Another thing that was different from this lesson plan was towards the end in the reflection. Other lesson plans have reflections on the success of the lesson and on the ways it could be improved. But this lesson plan had a reflection on the expectations of the lesson, meaning on what the teacher expects the lesson to go, how they expect the students to react, the time frame that they have to complete it, etc. So I understand now, because of my experience as a teacher, that it is very difficult for a lesson plan to go to exactly the way you plan it. There could be many factors that can stop the lesson plan while you're in the middle of it. Students might need something else during the lesson plan that you might have to stop. So having a reflection in which you describe how you expect it to go, and then a reflection how it really went, can be beneficial for the teacher to learn from it and try new ways to improve the next lesson plan. The 3 elements that I will find challenging creating a lesson plan of this kind, or any other lesson plan, of course, are in differentiation, homework, and the professional teaching standards reflection. So I've been working as a first grade teacher for over a year now, and have gained some experience in 2 of these elements. On the lesson plan, under differentiation, it is explained that differentiated instruction is not the same as individualized instruction, meaning that differentiation allows students to show what they know in different ways, which is completely normal. I would find this difficult because there is a good number of students that show their learning in different ways. A lesson plan can be created, assessments can be created, and homework. However, it depends on the student and the way that they show their understanding. Teachers need to be aware of this and have a way to address the differentiation. A student should not be marked wrong or given a lower grade for showing a different way of their knowledge. It would be challenging at first to understand the way of thinking of these students. However, if they are understanding the material, then that means it is simply because of the way that they're showing their learning. The next element that I would find challenging would be homework. From my experience, the homework that is given is for the students to practice the materials being learned during the week or a 2-week span. However, there are a number of students who do not complete homework and whose parents do not give them the help that they need to complete it at home. Students that are completing their homework on a weekly basis are learning more since they are practicing more what they are being taught in the classroom at home. The students who do not complete homework, unfortunately, are only receiving that material once in the classroom and not seeing it at home. It's the same thing for reading. I always encourage my students and my students' parents to read at home. We read in the classroom multiple times, but it's important for them to be reading at least 15-20 minutes in the classroom. The last element that I would find challenging would be the professional teaching standards reflection towards the end of this lesson plan. Under this reflection, teachers need to rate their performance on the InTASC standards, the IST standards, and the TPEs under a scale that does not meet developing or effective. This can be a challenge because it can go both ways, in that teachers perhaps do not give their lesson plan enough credit, or that they believe their lesson plan was very effective when perhaps it wasn't for all students. It didn't reach the goals that they needed for all students. However, there have been occasions in which it can be proven effective or does not meet the requirements based on the assessments of the students. However, there have been many occasions in which a student received a bad grade on the exam but were able to understand the complete lesson. Perhaps that student was not having a very good day, it affected their testing abilities, and that can be a factor as well. That should be put on their lesson plan. Overall, I feel like overall lesson plans are extremely helpful and necessary, but there can be some elements that are more challenging than others. Thank you.